Hello, collective singles. Elsie here to do a reading for you. Thank you for showing up here, my singles, and thank you for all the attention on my last video. Thank you for your thumbs up and helping me out to get this energy back into the algorithm so other people can come running. I appreciate you doing that. All right, we're going to start out with the Quantum Oracle. We're going to throw a couple of these and just going to go, as it feels. I'm just going to go with intuition here, what I'm supposed to throw for you. Here we go, collective singles. Singles is whatever that means to you. We've got friends, family, and guides. And we've got a decrease. Okay, well, we'll talk about that. Let's pull, a few of these. Let's do that. It's a big deck. I'm only pulling a few. I'm only going to pull a few here, but there's too many here, so I'm going to flip them over. Do this. One more. All right. Tell me about the singles, please. All right. Okay. This deck is always popping everywhere. One more. Woo! They are popping. Holy. All right. It's enough. Relax. Okay. We've got flowers. Happiness. I like it. We've got the egg. It says success assured with good plans and hard work. We've got wind chimes, peace and harmony. Wind chimes, by the way, have been known to keep away bad energies. And so if you're the person who likes to have wind chimes, that's what it's for. It's supposed to be chasing away bad energies. We've got the leg. It says stepping into a new experience. I like that. And then we've got the hat. You will be playing a different role. Somebody's about to do something different than they've ever done here. Coins, money will come. Money will be coming to you. So some of you are getting a new job. Some of you are putting on a new hat in the new year, likely. Probably not in the next couple of weeks, but it could be for some of you the next couple of weeks. But I feel like it's more like new year energy, that you'll be playing a different role and money will be coming to you. So it almost sounds like some of you will be getting a new job and stepping into a new experience, right? It feels like it's something that is very abundant for sure. You are going to have success and happiness with something that you are about to work on or currently working on. It's going to bring peace and harmony. So it is something that you've been planning to do, I feel, and something that is going to come to fruition in the new year. We have friends, family, friends, and guides, and then we have a bit of a decrease. Let's look at some tarot, find out what's going on here. Tell me about the singles, please. Collective singles, singles energy. Tell me what's coming up for the singles, please. We've got the devil in reverse. Very, very interesting energy with family, friends, and guides. The devil in the reverse to me is a release. It's a release of toxicity, a release of doubt, all the things that the devil represents. The devil is the one that likes to keep you bound, right? This person's got chains and maybe there's a neck collar there or a collar, that would keep you attached to them. I want to say that somebody is making some big changes here as it pertains to family, friends, and guides. Look, I feel like you're about to look over the friends list is what it feels like. Whether that's in your, in your phone, the people that you've got in your phone, the numbers you got in your phone, or looking over the Facebook list, it feels like somebody here is about to release a bunch of energies that no longer serve you. They were causing a decrease in your life. And so I feel like you're about to let go of either family members, friends, and I think you're being guided to do that. We've got the Ace of Cups in the reverse. There's the decrease. So it feels like there is it feels like you feel a decrease of love. So what I want to say here is that we're all attached to other, to people in our lives. But I feel like there's some people that are in your life that you kind of allow them to hover or Yeah, Charlie just showed me the white van, the white surveillance van outside of your house. It's like people are, some people just hang on to your Facebook or hang on to your Instagram because they want to know what's going on in your life. And I feel like it's time to let some of that go because, the thing is that whether it's family or friends, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at all. Because, if those people are toxic, it's time to create space between you and them. Maybe you don't want to cut them out altogether, but it's time to create space. The devil in reverse to me is like getting your foot off the gas. I'm no longer going to pay attention to that. It's a decrease. It doesn't make me feel good. It feels like things are slipping through my fingers. It almost feels like someone's not listening. I'm saying things and they're not listening. And the Ace of Cups in the reverse tells me we're not really sure that I want to put any more emotional energy into this because somebody here is just not listening. Let's take more of a look here. We have the Ten of Cups. It could definitely be some of you. It could be family. Absolutely. And I'm not the one that's going to tell you that, oh, that's your mother, that's your father, that's your brother. I'm not that one. No. I'm going to tell you that it doesn't matter if they're related to you by blood or if they're related to you in other ways. Maybe you've chosen them to be in your life. It doesn't matter if they're family. If they're not treating you well, then it's time for you to carry on. We've got the Ten of Swords. Something is going on here. And the cards are getting messy. I'm just saying. It might be a messy situation. Cards are getting messy. Let's keep going here. Oof, look at that energy. Okay. So I want to say that it feels like you have an idea that you would like to execute. Like you have an idea, you have a plan, you have, like, your life I feel is going really well. For you, things I feel are in peace and harmony, that you are having success in your life, and that also that you're very happy with the way that your life is going. But look, when you get better and you do things that you want to do and you're feeling happy about the situation that you're in, it's going to call in the haters. There's always going to be someone who's going to be looking at the situation from another view, right? And it's going to cause a decrease. And it feels like, people are going to say things like, oh yeah, it'll be fine for now. And then, 5 years later, people do it sometimes to people who are just about to get married, right? People who are divorced sometimes will say to the other person, don't do it. It's not going to work for you, but just because it didn't work for them. And I feel like that's some of the situation that you're dealing with here. I feel like you're happy with your decisions and that you're doing really well in the things that you're doing, but I feel it's calling in haters. Y'all, get yourself a job on YouTube. It'll call in the haters. I'm telling you, there's so many people that get stuck in my filter that you guys don't even see. But as you gain more popularity, as things start to go better for you, and as you're a person in the world who is happy, who is at peace, who does have harmony, who is having success because of the way that you've been looking at things in a positive light, people will start telling you that you have toxic positivity. They'll start trying to crap on whatever it is that you're doing. And I want to tell you that those people are in your life to keep you going. They're going to try and cause decrease. Some of them are going to be family. Some of them are going to be friends. But I feel like you're being guided to let those people go. And some of them, I think that you're just going to let them go completely, that you're going to detach from them, even if it is, Ace of Cups energy, even if people that you've been in love with or people that you've dated in the past, possibly letting that stuff go, because the Five of Swords is here with the Ten of Swords and the Ten of Cups. For some of you, this is a family situation. And the Ten of Cups tells me that you're releasing, some of you are releasing your yourself from a toxic family situation. And the Ten of Cups, of course, is the ultimate in happiness, but maybe it is happiness for everybody who's in the same vibration. And once you move out of the vibration, all of a sudden they consider you to be the devil, right? So it's time for you to just disconnect from people, places, things, situations, and jobs that are no longer serving you. Of course, have a plan to do that, but I feel like you need to stop living in this decrease. It feels like you feel things like emotions slipping through your fingertips, and it's like you're on a path that's really healthy for you, and other people are trying to say to you, yeah, you think that you're happy and healthy, look at all that energy that you're putting in, it's just going to slip through your fingers. Tell me about the decrease here. I think you let it play on your mind. I think you let it worry you. Look, you got to keep on your path. I think you allow it to play on your mind. Some of you are worried and thinking about how you're going to get through this because you're on your own path. You're on a path that makes you happy. You're following the higher self. You might be the spiritual teacher. You could be someone who is Taurus. You're the spiritual teacher, or you're the person listening to the higher self, and you're moving through the world in that way. You're someone who really is kind from the heart. You really do things the way that you do them in the world because of this, because of peace and harmony. You're balanced in your life because you've had success. You would love to see other people have success, and that you're just happy and content within yourself. But I feel like the decrease here is people are kind of saying things that play on your mind. It's like it makes you feel like, well, maybe I'm not doing the right thing. Maybe I'm just ignoring the negativity. And I'm just going to tell you, look, if you want to get rid of negativity in your life, start ignoring the negativity. Take it as it resonates. I don't care if you agree with me or not, but I will tell you this. It has brought me to a place in my life where it's not toxic positivity, but it's just a real balance of peace and harmony. I know who I am, and I feel like whoever I'm reading for, you know who you are. That's who the Hierophant is. You know that you're the leader, and everybody is going to poke at the leader. They're always going to poke at the leader. There we go. And I feel like, you know what? When they poke at you, you give them compassion. You give them love. You dig right down deep, and you give them kindness. Tell me about the Devil card, please, here. Tell me about the Devil. I want to say for some of you, it's because life is about to get really good. You're stepping into a new place in your life, or I want to say you're stepping into a new timeline, and that some of these people that are naysaying behind your back, I think you're going to end up leaving them there. And I feel as though you've been trying to pull out of this vibration with people who no longer match you in your energy, but they are, a mishmash of family and friends. And some of them maybe even have guided you to a place where you have now decided you're strong enough, Hierophant, to step into the new life here, the new life of compassion. I'm no longer going to deal with people on a negative basis. Tell me what you're letting go of here. The Devil in reverse. It's getting rid of, maybe you stopped smoking. Maybe you decided you don't need to drink anymore. Maybe it's some sort of a toxicity that was getting in the way of other things. And it's something that was being done obsessively. So you might be in a group of drinkers or partiers or people who aren't willing to settle down. We have the Lovers here. So it feels like that you have to make a choice to pull away because these people want you in their energy. Some of them really love you. Some of them you've chosen like friends, right? That's the choice. Some of you've chosen soulmate friends, and some of you, your family members are soulmates. But if they get into this toxic energy and they're trying to hold you back from whatever it is that you're trying to accomplish by being the leader. And, the Hierophant is, the clergy, the higher self. The Hierophant is also the leader, right? It's Taurus energy, but it's the person who is listening to the higher self and guiding others to do the same. And some people get pissed off with that. I'm telling you, I get a lot of hate. I get a lot of hate. People are like, oh yeah, she's all about the positive stuff all the time. No, I'm not. I'm all about looking at it with a silver lining because there's always a silver lining here. But we do have the 8 of Swords. So I feel like you have to make some big changes here. There's some big changes coming up that you know that you have to make in order for you to carry on in this happy new cycle of yours, the place where you're going to be, playing a different role. And I think the different role that you're going to be playing is this role of the Hierophant. I feel like you can't let anybody knock you off your perch. The 8 of Swords tells me that there is some obsessive or stuck thinking here, that somebody feels like they can't make a decision to release somebody or something or a group of people. Yeah, I think you're going to learn a little more before you do that. It is worry, right? We have 8 and 1 is 9. The 9 of Swords is here. So there is You know, the thing is that when you release people and you realize that how much they were holding you back because you cut the string and you keep moving, I feel like that is a lesson. And I think the lesson here is that it's going to be hard for you to do it, Eight of Swords, but I feel like it's your choice. Not all of you will make this choice. Not all of you are going to think that this is an issue. But I feel like you have some people, if I'm connecting with you, you have some people or a person in your life who is who is causing a decrease. Look, the Ace of Cups is pouring out here, and decrease, you know? Yeah. So it feels like some of you may not let go of these people because they are people that you love. And I get it, that you forgive them for whatever they say or whatever they do. And I'm saying that because of the Five of Swords is here, that maybe you're very forgiving of them, of what they say and what they do. And you're thinking to yourself, but if I let go of these people, if I let go of these people who actually don't really have anything good to say about what I'm doing in my life, at what cost will I do that? It feels like if you decide to pull away or you decide to pull your foot off the gas with somebody here, you feel like it's going to be hard to let go. And you know that if you stop talking to them and you stop connecting with them and you stop sending them texts and you stop making the phone call, that things are going to go silent, Ten of Swords. And I think you're right. And that's the truth of it. I'm not going to lie to you. There are a lot of people in your life that you don't really need in your life that are actually behind the scenes, you know, and I'm not trying to be negative here, but there are people who don't want to see you do any better than they do. And sometimes it's parents. I'm just saying. They're going to be like, oh, yeah, you got this PhD and now you think you're smarter than everybody. That kind of person. Do you know what I mean? So it feels like there is a cost here. I want to say that you are letting some people go. You're ending cycles of people who are just draining you, draining your energy, draining your love energy, taking advantage of you because you're the compassionate one. You're the one who's always thinking about things from the higher self. The Four of Pentacles is here telling me that there's some people who are just going to close themselves off to you, collective. They're just going to shut it down. They're going to stop being accessible. But look, when you put the plants in the room and you start watering the plants and the only reason the plants are alive because you're the one that waters them, what happens if you stop watering the plants? Is anyone else coming by to make sure your plants are okay? No. And sometimes that happens in messaging, right? You're the one that's messaging. You're the one that's making the get together, getting everybody together. And if you don't do it, it's crickets, right? So I feel like you are going to get some sort of a victory in saying something. The Knight of Swords jumps right in. Like the Knight of Swords doesn't have to be told to, okay, it's your turn to talk. The Knight of Swords is just going to jump right in, right? That's the one who's honest and direct. I'm just going to tell you how it is. I feel like it's a lesson that's coming up that you have to learn. And I feel for some of you, it's about love. For some of you, it's about family. For some of you, it's about friends. So take it as it resonates. But I feel like the ones who are pouring out this cup, the Ace of Cups in the reverse, the ones that you try and spread your love, or you try and make it okay, or you try and make it happy for them, and they got nothing but negative shit to say. Some of those people end up in my comments. Some of them, most of them end up in my filter, where it's just negative shit. Like, I don't know if y'all didn't see, but there's a 10 cups on the roof of this place, right? It's the apex of happiness, right? We're here trying to find solutions. We're not here trying to bitch out into the universe. You know, I don't want you to do that, because whatever you throw at the universe comes back to you. And so that's why I discourage it. Not because I don't want you to say what you got to say, but I don't want you to hurt yourself in that way. So I want to say for somebody here, it is a lesson that you're learning to get out of your head. You need to make some choices about who's really important in your life, the lovers. Who's really important? And it could be a love relationship, but it could be family and friends, right? Take it as it resonates. So there is something that's coming here for you, collective. There is something that's coming here for you, and it says stepping into a new experience. That you will be playing a different role, and that money is coming. Tell me what this is about here for the collective, please. We have the Two of Wands. Some of you are at the crossroads of a place that you're not interested in being at anymore. And it feels like it could be job related, or it could be you pulling out of this vibration of too many negative people around you. We do have the the Page of Wands here. And so it tells me that you're ready for an adventure. You're ready just to kind of throw that Ace of Wands in the air, and wherever it lands, that's where you're going to go. You need an adventure. We've got two two wands, you being at the crossroads, and then one in the hand of the page. And I feel like you have been waiting for the right time to take your foot off the gas and release some of the negativity out of your life. And it is the 5 of Cups that tells me that you're just not happy. That, you know, it's regretful, and it feels like there is that the reason that you're holding back, the reason that you're waiting with the 3 of Wands is because you don't want to have regrets of the past. But I think right now what you're going through is a lot of lessons. It's like a purification process. It feels like you're supposed to bring some of these terrible, worrisome situations to an end. And I think you're supposed to like just go at it, Rambo it. just go at it, as Casper Sight would say, go at it, Rambo it. And you should you should get the victory here. I feel like you're holding on to victory, but I feel like what's bothering you is this stuff right here. The decrease, the Ace of Cups in the reverse, the 10 of Swords, and the 5 of Swords. You know that you're going to have to fight your way out. For some of them, you're going to have to fight your way out. Tell me more. Got the 6 of Cups. Got the 8 of Wands and the Death card. Interesting. So there is transformation here. What I want to say is that you're redefining what a soulmate is. You're redefining your friendship group, your family group. I feel like you are being guided to do that. It is a lesson that you need to learn finally. Some of you might not do it by the end of the year. Some of you might do it in going into January or going into Aquarius season, when you're going to be a little more cerebral, up in your head, making the cuts, right? Doing the things that are the best for you. I feel like for some of you, we are looking at probably a new vibration that you're walking into. For others of you, it's a new job. I feel like you don't want to leave the job. You're waiting or holding yourself back, but you know that there's a new opportunity. The Page of Wands is here. Somebody's coming to you and telling you that there's a new passionate opportunity for you and that you really need to take advantage of it while it's hot, I want to say. And I feel like with the 6 of Cups is telling me that you already know this job. You already have the information. This is something that you've done in your past before, that you already have this information here. And I feel like the 6 of Cups is telling me that this energy or information that you have, that you've collected through all of your life, is about to come to this place where things are going to move and transform. So I feel like for some of you, it could be job related. For some of you, it could be relationship related. I feel for some of you, it is family related. And I think that you have been too kind for too long and that you're really feeling nervous about making these changes. So what happens if you do make these changes? What happens if you just decide to start cutting people out that are no longer on your team or on your side? What happens for the collective, please? And this could be, like I said, could be relationships, people that maybe you're getting into relationships with, or you're the overgiver. They're draining you, right? The Ace of Cups in the reverse and the decrease. They're draining you. You keep giving, giving, and giving. The compassionate one, the Hierophant, you keep giving and they keep taking. And they're not giving you anything in return. I think it's a big realization. A big realization that this has gone on for long enough. So tell me what happens for the collective, please, if they make the decision to just clean stuff up, whether it's job, house, family, friends. What is the outcome here? We have the 2 of Swords. It feels like you are stuck at this moment. You're not really sure what to do. You're trying to avoid people at this point. You don't want to see the situation for what it is. Maybe you're not returning the phone call. Maybe you're not connecting with them in text. Right now, your plan is to avoid. The Ace of Pentacles is here. And the 10 of Wands is here. So I want to say that this brand new beginning that you're giving yourself is something that you're still stalling on. Is something that you're still taking a moment with the 2 of Swords to look at it from another point of view. But I feel like with the mask on or the eyes covered here, that you don't really see the situation for what it is. I think that you really want to see the good in all people, but sometimes you really have to look at the details. The Swords are here to tell us that. You have to look at the facts. You have to look at the honesty, the truth of the situation. You have to gain clarity. I feel like it's really feeling really heavy. You want this new beginning, and I feel like the new beginning is going to be quite abundant. You want this new beginning, but I feel as though it's been a heavy burden that you've been. Huge changes in your life. There it is. It's time to have the talk. It's time to have the talk. You got to cut out what you don't need. You got to be transparent and honest. And you have to do what's best for you. I really feel like if you want Pentacles, you really got to decide to cut some things away and be very honest and truthful about what you want in your life, because it feels like this block is really heavy for you to carry. This inability to make decisions is really heavy for you to carry. And by the way, I think that some of these people are talking behind your back. We've got 7 swords. I feel like some of these people, it's all in this energy here, closed off, talking behind your back, possibly being dishonest with you. And I feel like you know it. You know it because you're the Hierophant and the Queen of Cups is right there. The psychic one, right? The person who knows already. It's a Pisces, the one who has the knowing. So for those of you who this resonates with, I feel like you already have the knowing that this is going on and you're trying to decide what to do about it. Because you're feeling like if you make one false move that you could regret it. I'm going to tell you, look into the underneath, because something is going on here that I feel like you're really going to have to make some big changes about. I feel like your changes are not going to come until you cut away whatever it is that you don't need. Because we have to make room for new energies. And if you keep stuck with the old energies, that's all it is it's old energies. So I want to say that for some of you, you will be making a decision coming up that is going to be very inspired. I feel like you will meditate on it. You will pray on it, whatever it is that you do to connect to your source, right? You are the higher self. You're listening to the higher self. You're the psychic one. And I feel like that in order to be inspired to move forward here, you got to be honest. You got to liberate yourself from a situation where there's no more growth. We stick ourselves because we want to be nice. We want to be a nice person, and you can still be nice and still live your own standard. I'm just saying. At first, it's going to get a little lonely because you have to cull away the things, we have to prune the tree, right? We have to prune the tree, cull away the things that are not working for us. But I feel like you need to liberate yourself from situations where you no longer have growth, but you're going to wait to be inspired to do that. All right. I'm going to leave that here. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you. If it resonated at all, please get in the comments. I'd love to know. I always feel like I'm coming in on chapter 8 of a 20-chapter book, and I never know what's going on. We've got Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer energy. We've got Aries. No, sorry, not Aries, but Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. We also have Capricorn energy. We have Scorpio energy, which is the transformation. Something's coming really quick that is going to transform how you feel about being stuck in a situation, whether it's a job or a family thing or a friendship thing. I feel like you are going to be making big moves. Transformation is here. The ending of something is coming. And with endings come new beginnings, right? All right, I'm going to leave it here for now. I'll be back because I'm always back. Love you guys. Happy holidays. Bye-bye.